Caroline Knopp is the greatest all-time
camera woman,
producer slash organizer slash camera person slash everything. She's absolutely amazing, and I'm so grateful for the fact that she's here with us today. And you're looking at it, Caroline, like there's something like there's something unusual in front of you, like 5 wonderful people. So what we're doing right now is we are having the opportunity to preview an event that's coming up, and it's going to be a spectacular event. And if you've ever participated in anything like, just imagine We Are the World, okay? Imagine that fantastic group of musicians. Well, we're going to have We Are the World Louisville style here at something called Love Sings Louder. And I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves because they're all uniquely, wonderfully talented, and they have an extraordinary role in this process. Lene, let's start with you.
Yeah, so my name is Lene Price, and I am fortunate enough to be one of the staff people that was given this awesome project to be able to support and help manage some of the logistics and pull together some of the collaborators and work in partnership with Matt to pull this whole thing off.
Wonderful.
And I'm Mark Perlmutter. I'm an orthodontist at Perlmutter and Goldberg Orthodontics, and I also in a klezmer band, Lost Tribe Louisville. But I've had a closeness to the Jewish community of Louisville and Jewish Community Center, and am really thrilled to be one of the co-chairs in this wonderful program.
I love
Very
that.
fortunate.
Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt Goldberg, Director of Community Relations here at the Jewish Federation of Louisville. It really is an honor to work on projects like this, but particularly this one, where we're bringing in the whole city. The whole Louisville area is going to come together and participate in this unique event. It's really exciting. We've never done anything like this before.
I love it. Yodit.
Yes, my name is Yodit Dori, and I'm originally from East Africa, Ethiopia. So I do work with the Ethiopian community in the Louisville area, helping them settle in the Louisville area, and just working with our mayor and with many areas in Louisville that one can face, coming into the country.
I love that.
And travels that they could have, and just making it easier for them through the process.
That's fantastic.
And she's also one of the committee members. So the committee is comprised of lots of different agencies and organizations that work with the various communities represented by our big, beautiful city. And we're excited to have you.
And some of those include some very good friends of mine. Barbara Sexton Smith is one of them. J.P. Davis is another. Terry Foster from Louisville Youth Choir. So many more. You can't even really name them all because there are so many. But they're all on the pages. So if you want to go and look at the J's page at Jewish Community Center, and I'm sure it's going to be on everybody else's pages too. It's coming up fairly quickly, so we want. By the way, if you see little tiny itty bitty people going through the background, it's because this is a great place for daycare as well. A lot of people rely on.
It's the charm of our JCC. We have young people running around all the time.
We could be having the most serious meeting upstairs, and all of our little campers will go by singing their songs and cheering,
Very
and you
exciting.
just it like melts your heart.
I love it.
It lightens the atmosphere.
I love it. That's what I love the most about this beautiful place, is that the children are just present throughout the entire building. So let's just start really quickly with a description, and Lene, I'm going to let you kick it off here.
Sure.
A description of what Love Sings Louder represents. What is it going to be?
What does it represent, or what is it going to be?
Tell me how it's going to manifest itself.
Ooh,
Love
I love
Singing
that. Okay.
Louder. How does it manifest?
It will manifest itself on September 15th
at Iroquois,
at Iroquois Amphitheatre at 2 p.m.
Cool place.
What it is going to be is to shrink it down to its most minimal thing, is it's a community sing-along.
Great.
Okay? That's basically what it is. We are bringing together all of the different parts of our community in one space to do nothing more than to celebrate this awesome community and all of the incredible people that make it up by coming together and singing a song. No matter whether you're a good singer or a bad singer, we want you just to come out and raise your voices together, because I'll give you an example.
That reminded me of, are you a good witch or a bad witch? Are you a good singer or a bad singer?
Hopefully the good witches will overshadow the bad, or I should say the good
We will
singers
drown your bad
will
voice
overshadow.
out. And by yours, I mean mine, because mine is the worst. I am not musically inclined, but
you're an actress.
Well, it doesn't matter whether you sing or not, because the reality is we all still have a voice, and all of our voices matter. And together, they sound incredible. And we've seen and have been inspired by other movements like Kululam, which Matt should talk to you a little bit about. And we decided we need to do it for ourselves. I'll tell you, last year, when the synagogue shooting happened in Pittsburgh,
yes,
the community really came together and at Temple Shalom, we had hundreds of people. I mean, we were having services in the parking lot because there wasn't enough room in the synagogue. And to see all of those people coming together for something so sad and hard,
Yes.
we really want to bring people together for something good and to be proactive about it. So that's the heart of what we're doing
And
here.
I've been in this very room on, a couple of occasions where there's been a memorialization of an incident, one out in the front parking lot,
Right.
When a synagogue was attacked. And the community comes out in toto. It's not just the Jewish community, it's the Christian community, it's the Muslim community, it's everybody that you can imagine who has any kind of feeling of solidarity. And that's what this whole event is supposed to be. Let's talk a little bit, Matt, about
Sure.
the unity aspect of it.
Right. As Lene said, this really is about getting all of Louisville together. We have such a disparate group of people around the Louisville community who are involved, who are on the committee, who are getting their own communities involved. This started in Israel, started with a program called Kululam, which is sort of a made-up Hebrew word. It means singing, everybody coming together. But it was really about getting all the different people, different kinds of people in Israel together, old, young, religious, secular, men, women, Arab, Jew, Christian. It was really about getting everybody together for a purpose.
I love
the
that.
purpose happened to have been singing. It was such a success in light of what happened in the world, in this country, to the Jewish community, and to other communities. This is really about something positive, turning something negative into something positive. And what better way than through music?
I love it. I'm watching somebody coming in the door back there. I love being in JCC because there is never a dull moment.
No, that's right.
And for somebody
That's
who
right.
likes squirrels and shiny balls like me, it's just fascinating. Tell me, Yodit, is Ethiopia the home of Victoria Falls?
Well, Ethiopia is the home of, I guess,
A million things.
a million things.
I just seem to,
It's
I'm
the-
trying to remember where Victoria Falls was because when I was young,
It's the
we
Nile
traveled.
River, the Nile, is that what you
Yeah,
maybe
well, of
was
course.
thinking of? Yes.
But they're just, the countries of Africa are all unique and beautiful, and so much of that culture is brought
That's right.
with our beautiful immigrants.
Yes.
And I know some of the music will be represented in Love Sings Louder as well.
Exactly.
So talk to me a little bit about that.
Well,
what you do.
we're hoping we're going to bring in the Orthodox. There's a Orthodox church here that brings in a lot of the Ethiopian community to the Louisville area. So we're hoping that we're getting that group involved, and also there's other parts, groups in Louisville with the children and with a couple of churches that the children are performing.
Is
and so-
Edgardo Mancia coming up with Americana Kids?
Well,
Yeah,
the
they're
American kids, yeah,
fantastic.
so they do come and do some performing with, with the schools and
Yeah.
things like that. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to get that involved. And our community is growing, and this is a wonderful thing. Having, just funny that you said we are the world. This really reminds me of that. We are the world.
Yes.
It's a type of where everybody just were so joyful, and everybody from every nation just sang that song. And hopefully this will be one day.
Well,
one of those
and as
songs.
Cindy Foster just commented, this is somebody who went to school with me at St. Mary of the Valley Academy in Beaverton, Oregon. So we've known each other for most of our lives. And she said, I listen to these different people speak, and as you and I both know, music unites and heals, right? Which I think is the whole purpose of this.
Yeah,
and as a matter of fact, your brother is arriving right now, Mark.
My
son.
Or your son,
Son,
with an
thank you,
instrument.
yeah. Yes, yes.
Since this is a musical event.
Well, it is.
We
it
have a
is.
piano in the background, but we actually have some. What are you going to play?
Probably clarinet.
I love that.
Yeah, I'll play
Lene's going to sing.
No, I'm not.
Yodit's going to dance.
That's right.
I will hum along.
Mark, will you sing?
Matt.
I will.
jam. Cantor?
I will lip sync.
Matt.
Okay.
I will
Matt
mouth
Mark will
words.
play, you will lip sync, Yodit will
Yeah.
dance, and Lene will act. We've got it all covered, don't worry. But this is going to be fun. We want to say hi to James Lewis and Vicki Lee and Mari Eiserman, another friend of mine from the West Coast. Sherry Davis is watching. Jean Caleri says, good stuff, Tara. That's good. We appreciate that. Bev Wethington, Nancy Doctor, Brad Leedy from Bridgehaven, Tracy Sprouse, Greg Nichols of Automatic Air, one of my favorite guys because he keeps me cool in the summertime. Charles Allen and David and Janet Hedrick, and Kathy Hill and Brittany Marie Thomas of Companion Pet Behavior Solutions. Blair Bischoff, a great animal rescuer who is involved this weekend in a big chase and and trap effort that we had. And I'm just so grateful to the community for tuning in to Take It From Tara today. We're live at the J with a great group of folks. Yodit and Matt and Mark and Lene. Caroline Knopp is running camera, and she's gone out to get the instrument from Mark's son, Stuart, which is really cool. We're talking about Love Sings Louder. And the concept of love singing louder, I think, is based upon the fact that we're dealing with so much discontent and so much true hatred in the world that is being espoused on so many levels that it's absolutely terrifying to me.
Yeah, and these kinds of things are growing. We know statistically, it's not just stories and anecdotes. We know statistically that hate crimes are up. Hate crimes directed at the Jewish community, hate incidents, anti-Semitism, racism, all the statistics have gone up a lot in the last couple of years.
Yes.
This is our effort to counter some of that, to shed some positivity in Louisville.
Well, and to mosques as well. I mean, hate
Absolutely.
knows no
no bounds. Absolutely.
It's just across the
Absolutely.
board. You know, schools and churches and mosques and synagogues and shopping centers. I mean, who ever thought that you'd get to the point where you couldn't go to a big box store and expect to get home alive?
That's right.
You know, one of the other reasons, Tara, why we decided to do this event is, and one of the primary objectives is building bridges between the different parts of the community.
Yes.
I mean, obviously we have this committee and we've all come together to try to get people to this event because coming to the event is going to be transformational for a lot of people.
Yes, it definitely
but
will.
Also, being part of the committee, a big part of what our goal was to help people get to know one another so that when we hear something, it's not just oh, well, I heard this, I guess I'll just sit on that, or I'll share that with my internal group. We now know somebody in that community to pick up the phone and say, hey, I heard this, is this true? What can we do to help?
Right.
Or, hey, I heard rumblings about this, are you aware of this? What do you need in support? I mean, we need to be able to feel comfortable and confident enough and to put a face with the other.
Right.
And that's something that just doesn't happen enough because we are so siloed, and it's not intentional. It comes from a place of just all of us trying to survive and get the stuff done that we have to get done. We stay very insular because it's easier and it's more comfortable, and we want to start figuring out ways to build those bridges in a way that it's not necessarily stepping outside of our comfort zone to reach out. It's just part of what we can do.
And that's been one of the goals of this show from the very beginning, is opening up dialogues, opening up connections, making sure that people know how to interact with each other. I'm a facilitator, so I'm grateful to be able to help facilitate getting this out to the community. So I'm just thinking about some of the folks who are involved, and it's kind of fun to think about. I mentioned Edgardo earlier with Americana is going to be here. Kevin Traeger from the bank, from Republic, 1200.
Graciously sponsored.
1200 is going to be here. Jacori.
He's actually going to be our song leader.
Excellent.
Yeah.
JP
Right.
Davis, Fund for the Arts, Cantor David
sponsor.
Lip from Adath Jeshurun, Interfaith Paths to Peace, and J Arts and Ideas, and Kentucky Refugee Ministries, and Pandora Productions, and Fairness, and JCPS, and Terry Foster and her group from Louisville Youth Orchestra, choir, it's Louisville Youth Choir.
Yeah.
Okolona Baptist Church, and APKI, Dr. Muhammad Babar, and Peace Catalyst, and of course Yodit, and Ashley from JCPS, and Tangela from Metro Parks, and Amy Shear. So many people are involved. Fund for the Arts and Republic Bank sponsoring this wonderful event. I'm so excited about that too. And of course, you know, Matt Goldberg single-handedly is going to be sponsoring the event too.
Of course, absolutely.
From the J.
That's right.
And Caroline Knopp is madly promoting it, and she's even bringing musical instruments, which is fantastic.
Someone in the panel.
Just
Musical
open that.
instruments.
All right, if
Yeah.
you insist,
Open
I'll
that
do
puppy
it.
right up.
Right.
Bring it on in, and
let me,
watch your mic there. Mark, stop.
look where
Don't
you're
move.
Oh,
You're
oh,
hooked
I'm-
up.
I'm-
Back around.
I am mic'd in.
Do a quick turnaround there, Mark.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go. Way to go, Lene. That's why we do these live, because there's so much more fun that way. While he's setting up, too, I want to just mention we got a couple more folks who've turned in. Kishore Subkota is here. Nikki Kelly. Hi, Glenda Adkins, one of our great homeless outreach advocates. Lee Chotner is watching. My best friend Mindy Cumberledge is watching. Chef Paul Sant is watching, one of Caroline's best friends. James Lewis, thank you guys so much for being with us on this special Take It From Tara live from the J. One of our favorite musicians here is getting ready to play a little clarinet for you, which should be fun because this is a musical event. And I want to know more about the song. Who is actually composing this song that we're going to be singing all together?
It will be a song that's already written, and it's going to be a surprise. So I can't tell you today,
Okay.
but it will be a song that most people will be at least somewhat familiar with. Okay, so take some comfort in that you won't be totally thrown off guard.
Row, row, row.
Yes, it will be row, row, row your boat. That is a song that I can sing, by the way.
I'm pretty sure we can all do
although
that.
it gets a little high in those merrily.
Can you
so I
sing
don't
Happy
know.
Birthday?
I
always say if you can sing Happy Birthday, then I can teach you
I'm
to
not
sing.
kidding though. I actually mouth Happy Birthday at birthday parties.
That's terrible.
My husband and daughter are both singers, and so I feel like I'm embarrassing them when I open my mouth. My son, he's 2, and I'll sing, and he's like, no!
So this is
You
gonna
don't have to be a great singer to participate. As
here.
Lene said, show up. There'll be enough good singers. Statistically, there should be enough good singers to drown out the ones who are off key.
Well, if we get
Or
my
to
best
drown out
friend here,
Lene.
she's an operatic soprano. She can take it. She can sing
good.
without a mic in Iroquois Amphitheatre
Can
and
she
drown
come
everybody
stand
out.
directly next to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
There you
Mindy,
go.
would you do that?
Lene will
Cover
mouth
Lene.
along,
Cover
and then
Lene
Lene
out.
will say, "Look at my singing voice."
I
I'm so
love
good.
it. The song is being composed, put together by some special people, and it is a secret. It's a surprise, so we're not going to give you any hints. But we are going to let Mark Perlmutter do just a little bit of music, because I think it'll be fun. Just to show you, give you an idea of the type of sound and excitement you can have. And if you can do Happy Birthday for us so Lene can sing, that would be terrific. I'd really appreciate it. Caroline promised Lene that I would be good, but I'm not. I'm being very bad. The reason that we gathered today, though, is because this is a really great opportunity for the community to come together. 2,500 seats in Iroquois Amphitheatre. A
We
huge
wanna
number
fill
of them are
every
covered.
seat.
So it doesn't matter if it rains or doesn't
right.
rain.
Right.
I mean, it's beautiful and it's safe and it's a great place. September the 15th is a great Leslie Broker's birthday. Just occurred to me. Yeah, Leslie Broker's birthday. She's going to be
also-
40 again.
Again.
Oh, 40?
We also wanted to do it at Iroquois because it's in a great part of town, and
It
it's a part
is.
of town that a lot of people, especially in the Jewish community, let's be honest, a lot of our folks live either here near the JCC or out east, and we want people to go and experience other parts of town.
It's a vibrant part of the city for
Yeah, it
sure.
is.
A lot of immigrant communities nearby. It's easily accessible.
Churchill
it's a
Downs
wonderful
area,
place
Iroquois
to have
area.
it. So it's really a special place to have, and we're
And
excited
we also
about
have
it.
a big
Chelsea,
program right after that called the Big Table.
That's right.
Oh, talk to me about that,
Yeah.
Edith.
The Big Table is just brings in the community again together, where everyone who's signs up for it ahead of time brings in a dish, and there are people from all over the city who come in to enjoy that meal.
Yeah.
And don't some of us get to sign up to be like hosts?
Yeah, you
and
can
people
sign
who
up to
facilitate
be-
the
yes,
conversation. I
yes.
love that idea.
So
And
there's a
it's-
big table that goes around just the walkway of the park, and
Awesome.
it's just. I think we broke the record, I believe, last
Holy
year. and
smoke,
I think
that's
we're gonna
So
break it again this
following
year.
up song and music with food,
That's right.
how could it be better?
And
love it.
for people who are coming to the event, our event is at 2. Iroquois has a deal where you can just pay a minimal amount to pick up a dish
Yes.
at Iroquois Amphitheatre, so that you don't have to worry about running home, getting your dish, and coming back.
That's a great
You can just
idea.
pay a little bit and then go, and you can find all that information on Iroquois Amphitheatre's website, so
Perfect.
that you can participate in both really cool events.
Oh, that's fantastic. What are you going to play for us?
This is called Flatbush Waltz. It's a klezmer tune that, and you know what's really cool
What's a
is
klezmer?
klezmer is Eastern European Jewish folk music, and it was brought over to this country, and it's very uplifting. It's usually, I think of it as Irish folk music in a minor key. Okay,
That works
and-
for me. I know
and
exactly what that
it can
sounds
be
like,
either
'cause I'm
very
Irish.
sad or very uplifting, and it's the kind of music you either want to cry or you want to dance. Okay.
All right,
both.
let's do
And,
both.
and so, yeah.
Lene
Right.
will cry because she's
can
the
do
actor.
that.
But just as a prelude to Love Sings Louder is that this coming weekend is World Fest on the Belvedere.
It's going to be fantastic.
And on Sunday, September 1st at 3 p.m. on the main stage, Lost Tribe Louisville will be performing. So we hope to see
Perfect.
everybody
Great.
out at World Fest.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Great.
I'm going to let Lene hold your mic.
Okay, just
don't
hold it
don't
right-
drown it, but
right about there.
yeah, don't let it get in the mouth there. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Congratulations. It was
Beautiful.
lovely.
Very
There's that
beautiful.
kind of mournful fiddler on the roof sound that people associate with that type of klezmer music.
Yeah.
I love the Irish folk music in a minor key. That works beautifully. So when we get to the point where we're talking about this event happening, do you see people all standing on the stage at some point? Are they all going to stay in the audience? Are you going to have the professional musicians on the stage with the visitors in the audience? How does it all look laid out?
So we will have musicians on stage, and we will
Okay.
have our song leaders on stage.
Perfect.
And everyone, the amphitheater should be full of people.
Yes.
Because you're all
Good.
going to come.
Good.
The amphitheater is going to be full of people, and what's going to happen is we have different song leaders teaching sections of the amphitheater their part of the song.
Brilliant
So you're going to
idea.
come and you're going to learn your part of the song, and it'll probably take 30 or 45 minutes, and we're going to let the sections practice a little bit. And then our conductor, Jacori 1200, is going to come on stage, and our song leaders will come on stage, and then we will actively perform the song all as one, probably 2 or 3 times, because the first time it might be a little rough, second time it'll be good, and then the third time we're going to kill it. It's going to be amazing, and we're going to video it so that we can really show the world what Louisville is all about.
Yeah, I think we need to set up a recording system too, so that it's definitely captured and we can release it worldwide.
Right.
Well, I think
it'll
it's gonna
rival
go
We Are the
viral.
World.
I
It
think
will.
And what my goal is to inspire other communities to do this. I think this has been done in Israel. It's been done in Canada with choir. And as far as I know, this is the 3rd time it's been done. It will have been done. And we want to inspire other communities to do the same thing, because you know, the thing about music and singing together is it's inspiring, it's uplifting, it's
is.
spiritual. Why does every religious organization have chanting and singing in their
Exactly.
services?
Exactly.
I have a daughter-in-law that's from India. My wife's mother was a refugee from Germany. My son's married to a Catholic. I've got a Hindu in the family. We're a very mixed family, and I think when you bring people together, singing together, I think it changes the experience.
Yes.
And you can differ on many different things, but suddenly you're doing something together. There's a respect there, and hopefully a love as well.
I love that. That's beautiful. Roy Mullins and Greg Smith, thanks for joining us. Daniel Ellis also just tuned in. We are at the J, which is also known as Jewish Community Center and JCC, but the J is the rebranded name, and that's what we're going to call it. They are organizing this spectacular event called Love Sings Louder, as opposed to Than Hate. And that's the little implication at the end of that sentence. But Love Sings Louder, it's an event on September 15th at Iroquois Amphitheatre to precede the big table,
Yes.
which is going to be really cool. And I'm excited about being able to talk about both of those events in one breath, because as Lene just said, you don't have to choose. You can just attend both of them.
Yes.
What time is the actual festivity going to start for Love Sings Louder?
So our event is from 2 to 4,
Good.
and then you'll have a little bit of time to relax, and then the big tables event's going to start right at 5. So, you know, because people will be milling around and chatting, before you know it, boom, you'll be having dinner at the big table. So, and it's in the same place. The big table is set, it will be set up by the time our event starts, and we've really coordinated and collaborated with the big table to ensure that people can participate in both.
So you need to come ahead of time, so that way you have a parking space already for the big table.
Get there early, get there early.
Tell me a little bit more about this whole
No, there's no
concept
charge.
of the big table.
Yes,
I mean,
people
where did
just
that come from,
give 'em-
and how did it become what it is today?
Which one? I'm sorry.
The big table. Tell me a little bit about the whole project.
You know, I came in later on, so I'm not sure how it started out.
Oh wait, look, hold on. There's a whole bunch of little people. Yeah, just watch them go through the back of the shot. This is really funny. I just love the way they you can't even see their little tiny heads.
You can see
above
them
the
over the
chairs.
table, the
But
chairs.
you know that they're there because
Yeah.
of their little tiny itty bitty footsteps.
Little ducklings.
Yeah, they're
following
little
each
ducklings
other.
following the big moms, but it's perfect because you can see right between Mark and Matt's shoulders as we watch these. Say wave, hey, hey everybody, hi, little performers going by.
Just to let you
They can
know.
sing Wheels on the Bus. Do you guys know how to sing? Do they know how to sing? Will you come back for 1 second? Can't do it.
Photo release,
Oh,
yeah.
photo releases. Never
Yeah.
mind. Never mind.
yes.
Hold it.
It's okay.
Just
it's
tell
okay.
them to sing as they go. I hate photo releases.
I know,
It's
sorry.
terrible.
I know Baby Shark.
Oh no! Wait.
I hear
I have a granddaughter, Madeline
we all know
Perlmutter, and
Baby
she
Shark.
loves that and
You
the
don't
wheels on
wanna
the bus.
know.
Okay, hold on a minute here. Now, this is a perfect example of how people of different faiths, different persuasions, different belief systems, different jobs, different everything
We can come
work
together to hate Baby Shark. Is
We
that,
all
you
agree
can-
that if people sing Baby Shark way too many times a day,
Yeah.
in too many environments, and if you have a child or know a child of any age, you will know. However, one of the funniest viral videos I have seen is the baby who's sleeping in his car seat in the back seat. And he's just like, and that doggone song comes on, and he's like,
Up.
for those of you poor people who don't know,
Don't research it. Don't go out and find it.
It's every kid under the age of 2. And even
or a
older.
bunch of adults like this.
I
Are you
was-
ready? Here we go. Baby
Shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark. Mommy shark do 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 do, mommy shark do do.
Well, you got me to sing. There you go, Caroline.
Mommy shark, Daddy
shark do 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 do, daddy shark do 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 do, daddy shark do 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 do.
and then it goes on.
And then
Oh, I
it's
know
grandma,
it.
and you do
Grandma
this because they
doesn't
don't
want
have any
Sing.
teeth.
I hate the
That's
song.
funny, right? Grandma shark.
So
Never heard of
See, I
Baby
don't know
Shark?
it.
It's because your child
I was at
just
a
went to
restaurant where a
college.
band was playing, and a little kid walks up. Next thing I know, the band's playing Baby Shark.
Can you
Oh,
believe
that
it?
is fantastic.
So I love that because honestly, when you stop to think about it, we're all laughing about this silly song, but it brings people together.
It does,
And it
yeah.
gives kids, I mean, it's a very simple 2 words
Yeah.
and do.
Yeah.
And that's all you have to do to be a part of a group. So that's what the unity aspect of this Love Sings Louder is.
And we're
is
not
bringing people
doing
together.
Baby Shark
not
just
do
to let
that.
you
That's
know.
not the song.
To be
No.
clear.
Although it
No.
is somewhat familiar, and I, you know, but one of the reasons why we wanted to make sure that we didn't like tell everybody beforehand is because I think there's something about coming to a space and being unsure. That's part of the experience.
And learning
I mean,
it together.
That's
Part
what
of
it
the
means to
experience
go and
is
put yourself
learning it
out there
together.
and to
Yeah.
be vulnerable
Right.
and learn together.
Judy Foster just said, love it.
Oh,
Baby Shark?
Baby
or
Shark
what
So
we're
sounds
doing?
like a great event. Alan Jenkins is watching, so
Okay.
you know they got into it. It's okay.
Come on out.
Judy Foster's a great animal rescuer, so everybody loves to sing about baby sharks.
Right,
So
right.
the whole idea, once again, here is to bring together, as you just described it, Matt, a disparate group of people from all over the area: Southern Indiana, Louisville, all of the counties to our east, north, west, and south. Anybody who wants to come to an event that's going to be a song fest. And I think that's what's going to be the most fun, is that everybody will be able to come together to sing. But there are so many more things that the city does, that you guys as a group do. I mean, seriously, the event committee takes up this much space in the press release. So I mean, that's a whole lot of
As it
people
should be,
who are
right.
involved, and it takes that many people to do it. So
Yeah.
Sunday the 15th, 2 to 4 p.m., followed by the big table at Iroquois Amphitheatre. There will be plenty of parking. It's a Saturday. The weather promises to be beautiful. Even if it's not, it doesn't matter because it's all undercover. A huge number of seats are undercover. Talk to me, Yodit, just a little bit more about the Ethiopian connection.
Okay.
What
well-
you guys provide for folks who can use the services that you have.
Well, as far as what I do in the Ethiopian community, I've learned a lot. The fact that when I came here, not having an Ethiopian community,
Yeah.
and even though I have a wonderful family who helped me through the process, what I've seen is the connection, you know, the bridge, just the cultural shock, you know, that one faces once they enter into the country.
Yeah.
And so we have, of course, the wonderful, the KRM,
Kentucky
the
Refugee Ministries and-
Kentucky, the other, all the areas that in the Louisville area that brings in the Jewish community that helps assist the different immigrants who come into the country.
Yes.
It's just having someone like me who is from their own country, having to be there to assist them through the process, paperwork. It could be having to walk into places just to give them that comfort that I'm there to go through step by step through what they go through.
Yes.
And to let them know that I can be there and to do the interpreting, to help them through the paper process. It's just that itself is helping my community a lot. So at one point I decided, well, why don't I just start a company and that actually receives them when they come in. I welcome them, which
That's a
that one
great
thing that I
idea.
do with the Brian, through the mayor, I joined the Welcome, Academy, Welcoming Academy in the Louisville area. And then furthermore, anything that's available that I can assist, program like this that brings in the community together. We are nothing without the other community.
Absolutely.
We all need to we all need one another.
Yeah.
Support one another, and the music and the food, all that brings us together. So that's what I.
Well,
like to do.
Barbara Sexton Smith is a great example of a council person who brings people together because she has such a wide area of downtown. But I also do a segment called Cruising with the Council with a lot of different Metro Council members because I like them to drive, and I do a live cast and I interview them about their area of town.
That's really
And I
interesting.
really want people to know because we don't get out of our bubble very frequently. We drive from, where do you go every day, Lene? Home? The
Jewish
JCC Community Center.
Yeah.
Home.
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
the grocery store.
Fortunately, my job does get me in a bunch of different areas, but you're right. There are
mean, you
plenty of people who don't experience, and that's part of, like I said, it's part of
Right.
why we wanted to go to Iroquois, because we want to get some of the people who are our core folks who participate in the Jewish community out of their element.
Exactly, and I would guess between my outreach that I do with animals, with the homeless, with folks who are experiencing mental health issues or substance use disorder, and the work that I do on top of all that, I'd say I'm probably in 6 different Metro Council districts every single day at a minimum. And that's what I want people to see, and that's what's going to be represented at this particular event. So I'm really excited about it. Now, I want to hear another piece, if you've got one in you. Do you have something that we can sing?
Something that we can sing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We just sang
Baby
Mama
Shark.
Shark,
Yeah.
Baby Shark, Grandma Shark.
Most of I'm just thinking of everything. We've been rehearsing for World Fest, and everything that we sing pretty much is in Yiddish. I think
Do it.
Oh wait, I think I've got one.
Okay, good.
I think I've got one.
Matt,
Wait a
you know
minute.
some Yiddish.
Matt
You
knows
should be
some
able to
Yiddish.
jump in.
He
Um,
ought
If
to
you
be
start
able to
playing,
sing.
I'll start singing.
Wait a minute.
No,
Let me.
even if it doesn't go
Oh wait,
together.
did I say that?
I'm scared to see
Actually, I
what's
do
about to
have one,
happen.
but let me just remind myself here. I'm going to let you hold
Okay,
that.
we'll talk while you remind yourself.
So
That's
we
good.
also are encouraging people when they attend to wear cultural attire.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fun.
So what would that look like? Like
Oh,
what can we
gosh,
expect from the
it's
Ethiopian community?
extraordinary.
It's beautiful. We have
Beautiful.
wonderful, beautiful outfit that's made out of cotton, white
Yeah.
cotton, decorated with beautiful coloring of the crosses. Different, Catholic, all the crosses that you can think of. They are
Coptic
all
crosses.
hand knitted, and you're gonna see that, and the hair, of course, the hairdos that goes with it. As
Yeah.
well.
Amazing.
And the jewelry.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
gonna be
that's going to be
beautiful. And the
fantastic.
children and
I
their own
know. I can't
outfits.
wait either. Here,
And Troy Bell is one of our song leaders. Do
Yes.
you know Troy Bell?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, you got to meet Troy.
I can't wait now.
He's amazing. He's a local performer, and he also leads a choir in Portland at one of the churches there. Gosh, the name just went right out of my head. I'm so sorry, Troy, that I can't remember.
It's
the
okay.
name. I'm
It's
going
all
there
right.
this evening.
I think I've got. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
So
you're fine.
anyway, Troy's going to be one of the song leaders. He's
Troy's going to be one of the
exciting.
song leaders, and that's one of the things about Troy is he always has the most interesting clothes, and he wears a lot of like traditional African attire. It's very
That's
cool.
cool. I love that. Okay, what did you find?
You'll know this song.
Okay, let's see if we do. Caroline, get
So
ready.
it starts off a little slow, and then it goes into a neat.
Is it Hava Nagila?
No.
We could do that.
Good.
Okay, go ahead.
Before my time, I think.
That beautiful voice that you heard from off camera was Caroline.
Thank you, Caroline.
That was
Thank you,
excellent.
Caroline.
Thank you.
Okay, we will be playing that Sunday at World Fest.
I
3
love
o'clock
that.
Sunday.
Good job, Caroline. Way to go.
That was
Playing the
awesome.
whole version.
That was
though.
awesome.
Beautiful.
I was trying to mouth with you because it was my hope that
So
they would
they would
think
think it
that
was
was
you.
you. I kind of wanted you to come prop behind my chair and
Yeah,
like
that would have been good.
pretend like I'm Elmo or something.
She's an amazing singer too. Kathleen Krieger just tuned in. Don Birch is watching. Amber Clark from the main event. Rebecca Eves from the Aero Fund. Glad to have you guys with us today. We're at the J, and we're here because we have an amazing group of people gathered to represent Love Sings Louder. And I absolutely love that. Yodit and Matt and Mark and Lene, Caroline behind the camera, and I are all talking about this event that's going to take place September the 15th. It's 2 to 4 p.m. Following that will be this wonderful roundtable discussion, literally, called The Big Table, the purpose of which is to bring people together of different interests, disparate interests, again, I'll steal that word that you used, Matt, disparate interests, to discuss topics that are important around a table, like we do, you know, what we'd like to be able to do at dinner. Not many families have a chance to eat dinner together at this point in our time, and that was something that was sacrosanct when I was a kid. You know, we always had breakfast and we always had dinner together. And
without
I think
TV. Sorry, WDRB, without TV.
Never, no, it doesn't matter what station it is. We don't need that. And you know, that's why I think, or without these in our hands, right? Because screen time eats up so much of our days, especially those of us who work in social media, who have, you know, constant reliance upon our emails and our text messages and our Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Tumblr and Nextdoor and everything else. But having a conversation without your screen and having a conversation at a table with food always has promoted discussion. And I know you've probably experienced that as you've been growing up.
Of course, we didn't have dinner together every night, but certainly 4 or 5 nights a week. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, so she made a beautiful, wonderful dinner. And it's a tradition that we try and continue with our own children. My 2-year-old isn't saying a whole lot. If she is, she's quoting Baby Shark. Oh, she knows Baby Shark. But when we do eat it as a family, it's a very special time, and it's a positive experience. It's what we're all trying to do, is create positive experiences, like Love Sings Louder, another positive experience.
Yodit, what was it like to have a family occasion in Ethiopia? And when did you? How old were you when you came to America?
When I came here, I was almost 15.
Okay. Wow.
And so
you have pretty clear memories of your childhood then.
Yes.
What was it like?
Having well, of course, we didn't have the gadgets the kids have right now. I call them gadgets. My daughter doesn't like it when I call it gadgets. No TV at that time. Well, we had TV, but it only comes on a certain time of the night, and we're limited to the weekends to watch it, unless my dad is watching either the news or boxing. We're like so it's a limited time we can watch, but family time gathering is very important. Always been a very important. Breakfast, my dad circles around, make sure we ate breakfast.
Yes.
Because he said, I don't want you to go to school and think about your stomach instead of learning.
That is the truth.
So he makes sure he watches, eats, and lunchtime we don't get together much because everybody's at school or at work.
Yeah.
But dinner always we gather together. That's the time when he asked how our day was, and how my mom asked about if we learned anything. The opposite. My mom didn't care much about the educational part of it. It's like, what do you do for how to take care of children, or how to take care of home care, or things like that? Did you do what I've told you to do today? How to wash clothes, or how to cook certain food? So she'll be focusing on that. So we get both parents discussing with us at the table, and we find out about each other, the children, about how our day was. So this happens throughout the week, 7 days a week. So,
and that's what it's going to be like at the big table.
Yes.
That's what I think that's what I'm envisioning it.
Beautiful.
It's like an intimate family conversation with a whole bunch of people you don't know, to be able to bring together those varying opinions. And I think one of the things that we've talked about the most, and I do this on my Facebook page, I say, if you can have civil discourse, you can stay. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what party you belong to. I don't care what faith you have. I just want to know that you're going to be respectful. And if you don't, bye-bye, click, you're out, which is a nice thing. You've experienced the table before. You guys have done the big table before.
I have.
Tell me what the response was. What did people say?
People loved it. They couldn't wait to come back. Those who didn't, because there are some people who come in empty-handed. They didn't, those who didn't cook, they bring in either a soft drink or bread or something that they can stop by at the store and pick up.
That would be my table.
Yeah, so it's, you know, they're welcome
Water.
to bring something. If not, we always have something at the table.
You've got
We
the
give them
extras.
extras, and
Excellent.
but they look forward to next time I'm gonna cook. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some to the table because they see a variety of different food from all over the place, different countries, and
Cool.
and people discuss about it. There's recipe that you put right underneath the food that you brought in, and people sometimes try to find who made that dish and say, oh, I like it, and you know, they go and ask a little bit more questions. So it just it makes people talk about, you know, the dish and the
Sure,
culture,
yeah.
and you know, hopefully we'll connect those two actually right on top of each other one day, food and the music right.
It's going to be fantastic.
together.
So when we get to September the 15th, okay, so we should get people, there's no charge
Not for our event.
to
Our
go to
event
this
is
thing.
free.
The
Yeah.
big table.
Big table again is to just bring in a dish. Is you bring in something with you.
And if you don't
Anything.
bring a dish, they will have food at
Something
Iroquois
for
that
you.
you can
Contribute
purchase
to, right.
in order to gain admission
Yes.
for the event.
But it's not going to cost you a cent
No.
to go to Love Sings Louder.
not at all. It's free and
It's perfectly free.
And one thing we haven't mentioned is there's going to be about a half hour or so of entertainment prior to learning the song, and then the audience performing, they get to be entertained initially. And we have some
I'm guessing Louisville Youth Choir might be one of those.
youth choir is
Yeah,
going to be
maybe,
one
yeah,
of
maybe
them.
some of
We
them.
have, let me see, the Natya Kendra dance group from the Hindu community, the Indian community.
Fun.
And there's
We'll have a variety of
we
others,
have
yeah.
a variety of others.
some of the
Can't wait.
local church choirs are going to have some singers and
Mark will be there with his clarinet,
Yeah.
all by himself.
Playing the klezmer version of
I
Baby
usually
Shark.
never
Playing
leave home
Baby
without
Shark
it, except today.
in a minor key.
In a
minor key Baby
yeah.
Shark. I love it. When you think about the fact that you're bringing together as many people as we're going to be bringing together for this, how many people are you hoping to get?
we're hoping to get 2,000 people.
Yeah, I think you can.
I think so too, but you know, it's really going to mean everybody reaching out and inviting and inviting and inviting. I mean, this is going to be a cool event, even if we have only a few hundred, but man, how much more powerful will it be if we have a couple thousand?
Yes.
And it's not political.
No.
That's the
No.
most
Not at
important
all.
thing. This is not designed, you don't have to be Jewish, you don't have to be, you know, a Republican, you don't have to, you know, have blue hair. You can be whoever you are.
Everybody's invited. So
Everybody-
everybody
Yes,
go
blue
out
hair
there,
is
invite your
welcome.
friends,
Blue hair is perfect.
bring them along.
You can have hair like Caroline,
Yeah.
which is wonderful. You can have hair like Matt, which is
Or you can have
wonderful.
no hair.
Or you can have hair like Mark. So I really encourage you guys to take the time to come out. We're going to be doing this on September the 15th at Iroquois Amphitheatre. And I know that Caroline loves to promote the J.
I think it starts at 11, I think, and it goes till about 4. So it's
Yeah.
earlier than our event at Iroquois, but it, you know, it's again the J always has multi things going
Got a
on.
great camp.
Love
a
their
great
animals.
Swim team.
Great camp.
swim team.
Oh yeah, and in fact they won.
Mark's
the
a sponsor
championship
of the
this
swim
year.
team. Yep, sure did.
Great.
That's
That was great.
fantastic. You
And Mark did Ava's braces.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why she's perfect now.
Mark has straightened half the teeth in
that's it.
Louisville.
If you have not had braces put on by Mark, you have lost.
You have not lived in Louisville.
Hopefully I've done your
The opportunity to have
Invisalign.
the
Yeah.
The perfect.
That's gonna be.
I tell you what, thank you, Caroline, for
Thanks
doing
for the
that. I
plug,
appreciate
Caroline.
you. I always like to give Caroline a chance to do
Dr.
gratuitous
Goldberg says
J
thank you,
promotion.
too.
Dr. Goldberg, yeah. And by the way, if you ever need a PR person, Simply PR, I'll just go ahead and promote her because Simply PR really does a great
I
job.
don't know.
of-
Does she have time for anybody else? We
I
keep her
don't
pretty
know.
busy.
I swear to God, this woman is so busy. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Jonna Carol Craig, Rick Munger is here, Wendy Lovelace, James Green, and Wayne Crabtree. Thank you guys for being here. So many opportunities to do things at the J. Center stage is fantastic. The art is amazing. All you have to do is walk in the door to find out all the great things that are going on. They're on the Facebook page as well. You can also go to the website. Is it jcc.com? JewishCommunityCenter.com?
It's jewishlouisville.org.
JewishLouisville.org. I wasn't even close, but that's where you can go, and you can also look it up on Facebook. This is going to be great. We're going to have Love Sings Louder, September the 15th, 2 to 4 p.m., Iroquois Amphitheatre, free of charge, and the big table follows, which is going to be fantastic. You can bring your own dish, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
There's a Facebook event, so if you can, please invite your friends to attend the Facebook event and attend the event with you, and then share it, because that's how we're going to get to that magic 2000 number, that magic musical number.
Sounds fantastic. I love it. Thanks, you guys, for joining in today. Have a wonderful rest of the day. We'll see you for Wagon Wednesday on Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and I'm sure that I'll be doing a pop-up Take It From Tara as things continue to happen in this city, and we know that it happens every single day. From the J, don't forget September 15th. It's going to be great with Love Sings Louder.
Thank you.
Peace.